The year is 20XX, and you just watched Meet the Medic. And with visions of manic dismemberment, you boot up Team Fortress 2, complete the tutorials like all the other players do, and queue up for your first game.
It is, sweetheart.
5, 4, 3, 2,
But what about all the moments leading up to this? The title of high priority target is the cross you have to bear, regardless of how good you are as a medic. It's hardwired into every scout's brain that a medic is a 2 to 3 easy meat shots away from seeing their name in the winning side of the kill feed. So how is a medic supposed to combat this? Your team. I know. I get it. You want to make the enemy team remember your name. Really grill into their minds the power that you as a man of medicine possess. Make them rue the day they thought of you as an easy pick. But as medic, the team aspect of Team Fortress 2 is your primary domain. To neglect your duties as a medic doesn't only make you more vulnerable to enemy assailants, but also leaves the rest of your team in a tricky situation as they're left to pick up the bloodied pieces of your hubris without your aid. A popular gimmick among TF2 players is to imitate inexperience and pretend to be a new player through the use of cosmetics, pyrovision goggles, gibbous hat, However, these disguises are often faulted and short-lived, as the player's mechanical skills and practices undergo no changes at all, and thus their actions go virtually unnoticed and provide minimal entertainment for the party intending to deceive others. Similarly, the medic has a very clear-cut meta, and any deviation from this meta results in altered interactions between both the medic's physical play and subsequently his interactions with the enemy team. A medic will quickly learn that his position is oftentimes cemented behind tankier classes with the intention to support these classes and avoid incoming damage. But what happens when these rules of positioning are broken? There's no shortage of guides teaching players how to be good at positioning. But how do you survive with bad positioning? If you're going to use the stock syringe gun, you have to play into its strengths. What strengths? I hear you cry. And to that, I reply with a single word: sustain. The second you pull this bad boy out, you're already sending a message to the enemy team saying, I'm out of options, I might as well go down shooting. In contrast, if you were to pull out the Blutsauger, the enemy would know you're smart enough not to use stock, but they'd also recognize that you're probably a try-harding battle medic that has to be sat down and punished for even considering such a cowardly weapon. Next, nobody uses the overdose, because they either forget they have it, or they play too passively to realize that it's a straight upgrade to stock. Or they recognize that the crossbow can surmount any benefit that overdose provides. Why run to heal your target? We can just shoot them from across the map. This is why the stock syringe gun is the most sustainable during your mental games. Furthermore, there's a degree of dishonor when you die from a stock syringe gun. The mere notion that you could die from such a pitiful, short-range chip damage is incomprehensible to the seasoned TF2er's mind. It's like afterburn damage, but you could extinguish yourself instantly just by walking away or left-clicking the medic twice. The subconscious toll that these conflicting factors have on the enemy forces them to either flee, which is unlikely because you can just follow them, or be pursued and have sustained engagement far longer than the class can handle. This synergizes perfectly with the next strength of the syringe gun, the sustain of ammo. As a medic, you get a clip of 40 projectile syringes with an ammo reserve of 150. The syringe at maximum fall-off is 5 damage, meaning that assuming you hit your shots, a single clip of syringes can take down a light class, up to the stock soldier. Now you might be thinking, oh, Weaver, hitting my shots is hard. These enemies are running, jumping, and moving all over the place. If only they would run in a straight line directly into my syringes. And this, my friend, is where, as a syringe gun user, you will derive the most satisfaction out of this weapon. Remember how I said the enemy is more likely to pursue you because you're an easy target? What I forgot to mention is you're one of the second fastest classes in the game, where even backtracking at 96% of the standard moving speed could still give you a gap just far enough to be chased. Sure, backtracking lets spies, scouts, snipers, engineers, pyros, and demonites catch up to you, but the closer they get, the easier they are to hit, and the more damage your syringes do. Their fate is sealed once their pursuit begins, because once they begin, they basically have to commit or face the flurry of syringes that will assail their retreat. At this point, it's a matter of staying alive long enough for your syringes to kill them before the enemy kills you. In the wise words of Area 7, there are 3 key rules to positioning: having high ground, having health and ammo, and having an escape route. These rules do not change even if you're in the middle of enemy lines with nothing but your syringes and a dream. If anything, they only become more crucial to your continued survival, as you will actively be making use of all of these rules to effectively suppress your enemies. From my experience, the syringe gun should almost always be used with a defensive mindset shortly after engaging or gaining the attention of the enemy. But what does this mean? It means positioning yourself in a way that makes it harder for enemies to hit you, giving yourself space and barriers that forces the enemy to put themselves in harm's way. If we remember, syringes are projectiles, meaning that they have a period of airtime before they reach their intended point. This can result in enemies running into damage that ultimately proves fatal, while you, as the medic, can make your moves towards health packs or additional cover. This is where map knowledge is vital. With a syringe-centric playstyle, having passive buffs like seeing the enemy's health can be incredibly helpful when determining whether or not you should get greedy or try breaking off the encounter entirely. Similarly to the spy, knowing the health of an enemy player can help you target them and utilize damage thresholds to get kills more effectively. In conclusion, I'm sure a lot of these methods can carry well into the other syringe guns, such as the accelerated backtracking with the overdose, or more aggressive engagements with the Blutsauger. So let me know if it works out for you, if I've missed anything, or there's things you want to see, like different weapon synergies. This is my first scripted video, so I'm not too sure if I'm going to continue with this loadout kind of thing. Yeah, hopefully it was fun, nice to watch. Look forward to more interesting videos, I guess, and use the syringe gun. I love the syringe gun.